There have been only two instances in all eternity where evil has stood directly before the Almighty. Satan roams the earth, claiming it as his own, but even the darkness must answer when heaven calls. Where have you come from? God asks. This question, asked in a moment of divine confrontation, marks the times when Satan appeared before God. Contrary to popular belief, Satan is not the ruler of hell, sitting on a fiery throne. That image comes from Dante and Milton, not from Moses or Paul. What Satan lost was not a place, but a position. He fell from authority, not existence. A star among stars, he was once part of the divine council until pride cast him down. After this cosmic rebellion, Satan was allowed 2 times to return to God's presence. These were not by right or merit, but by God's sovereign will. Why? To reveal accusations, test faith, and expose justice. These were not mere visits. They were courtroom confrontations. The highest court in heaven opened its doors to Satan, but the permission granted had its limits, and those limits would eventually become permanent. Why did these moments occur, and why did they come to an end? The answers unfold in 2 significant scenes that changed everything. The book of Job begins like a dramatic court trial in the heavens. A divine assembly gathers, and the sons of God present themselves before the throne. Then, the enemy walks in, unsummoned but permitted. Yahweh speaks first, his voice echoing through eternity. Where have you come from? Satan answers, cold and detached, like a predator claiming territory. From roaming the earth, walking back and forth on it. But God knows his true intent and confronts him with a challenge. Have you considered my servant Job? Satan immediately responds with venomous accusation, questioning Job's true devotion. Does Job fear God for nothing? You've blessed him, protected him, and given him everything. Take it away, and he will curse you to your face. Satan's accusation is not just about Job. It challenges the very foundation of faith itself. Is true devotion possible without reward, without protection? Satan demands proof. But God responds with unwavering authority. Permission is granted, but with limits. Everything he has is in your power, but on the man himself, do not lay a finger. The test begins. Job's world collapses. His oxen are stolen, his sheep consumed by fire, his camels raided, his servants slaughtered, and his children die when their house collapses. Yet, Job rises from the ashes, his face to the ground, but his words are not curses. He worships. Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Satan's accusation fails. Job, shattered but unbroken in faith, stands victorious. Years later, another courtroom scene unfolds in heaven, but this time, the target shifts. Not Job's possessions or endurance, but his very identity. The prophet Zechariah witnesses the scene. The high priest Joshua stands before the angel of the Lord, dressed in filthy rags, the symbol of a nation stained by sin. And Satan stands at his right hand, accusing him, silently condemning him with his presence. But before Satan can speak, heaven erupts. The Lord rebuke you, Satan. The Lord who has chosen Jerusalem, rebuke you. No negotiation, no debate, no permission sought. Heaven acts decisively. Is this not a burning stick snatched from the fire? The image is vivid, a half-consumed branch pulled from flames, not perfect, but rescued, chosen, alive. This is Joshua, this is Israel, this is every soul God claims. Take off his filthy clothes. See, I have taken away your sin. I will put fine garments on you. Satan's accusations are silenced. Heaven restores what was lost. Joshua, once condemned, now stands crowned as a servant of God. This moment marks a turning point. No more accusations, no more tests. The divine courtroom is closed to the accuser. After Christ's resurrection, the final verdict is declared. The accuser is hurled down, thrown from heaven like lightning. Access revoked forever. But Satan doesn't surrender. He adapts. Though he can no longer accuse before God, he shifts his battle to the human mind, where he whispers doubts no one else hears. Your thoughts become the new battlefield. Your regrets, your identity, the prize. You're not clean enough, not worthy, not forgiven. These doubts are targeted strikes, the same venom once aimed at Job and Zechariah. But heaven sent an advocate, Jesus Christ, the righteous one. No more accuser at God's right hand, but an intercessor at God's throne. Hebrews 4:16 invites, "Let us then approach God's throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need." Three eternal truths rise from these encounters. First, Satan accuses, but God defends. From Job's trial to your thoughts, every charge meets a stronger rebuttal. Second, Satan condemns, but God restores. Filthy rags become royal robes. Shame is silenced by sovereign grace. Third, Satan was silenced, but God still speaks. These truths are not just ancient history. They are your armor today. Accusation defeated, restoration secured, victory declared. Which encounter hit you hardest? Job's trial or Joshua's restoration? Why can't Satan accuse before God anymore? Share below. If this truth has freed you, share it now. Subscribe, and let's expose the lies.